Alrighty, I am live. Just let me pop my chat out. Wait for a few people to come in. And we'll continue the cover that we were doing. I think that's pretty good as far as lighting. Let's see. That's too bright, I think. Back. Yeah, we'll keep it there. All right. We can turn that off. There. All right, so we were working on this last Thursday, and you can still, if you want to go back and take a look at this, this is just a old sheet that I had coffee dyed and sprayed with some different Lindy sprays, and then we put gel prints and tissue paper on here. We let it dry. And now we're going to continue. I think I'm just going to do the front for now, or else I have to dry it in between. So I do have kind of cool looking stencils. Well, they're not stencils. These were from a paper pack. They were cut out, but I do like them. We might use some of these, and I think I'd like to put a little bit of stenciling on here, and I took out a few stencils so I wouldn't spend too much time looking for something. And I also want to put maybe some more. I have these little birds that are cute. I also have some different napkins here that we could put on. I just took out a couple. I also like this one here. This is pretty. Oh, wait a minute. I did have some poppies. Now, do I want poppies or not? Or I could draw, or I could paint some poppies too. That might be an idea. Maybe I'll paint some poppies. So, could use birds. So this whole area has got matte medium on it already. So we could actually use these as poppies too and put them on. Sorry if you hear the dogs. They're upstairs by themselves. I don't like that. This might be kind of cool. See, we have the poppies here, and then I could just go back on and paint them also. I might do that. Hey, Dar. I like dogs. You do? Yeah, they're upstairs. My son's not, well, my son's working today, so I'm dog sitting. This could go like that. So, now with napkins, you do have to remember that whatever's behind here, if it's dark, will show through. So you might want to paint areas that if you want this color to show through. Now I'm going to be painting, I think, these, so I'm not too worried about it. So I'm just going to take a wet brush. And just separate some of these. So I like this here. And then I just tear. That gives you more of a organic edge to it instead of something straight. Looks a little nicer, and it's easier to paint. Okay, so I could put one there. Let's see. Might have to go upstairs and see what she's barking at. The new dog, she's a little bit of a scaredy cat, I guess you could say. Whatever little sound she hears, she kind of freaks out. Could put it over here. Although that's kind of the same. Maybe up there like that. Could do this too. Maybe this one on the bottom. Like this. And this one up here. Do that. She probably thinks she hears other people in the driveway. Well, not my driveway, but the neighbors. And she thinks it's here. So she thinks that Mike is back home. She gets all excited. Oh boy. Another one. Now we could use just bits and pieces too. It gives us, it's an easy way of playing with things. We could fold it over too, maybe. That would look kind of cool. Let's see. That maybe even. Oops. Although that doesn't. It's got an edge on it, so we may as well use the edge. And this one, maybe like that. Oh, that looks cool. Hey, Xandra. Xandra, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm terrible at mailing stuff. I was getting my other stuff ready, and I thought I'd send it all with their stuff, and I've got a few extras, mermaidish, for you. So Friday I will have my son mail it. I like the colors. Thanks. Hi, Brenda. Good to see you. Oh, it's your birthday? Happy birthday, Dar. You're a Gemini. Or are you? What's after Gemini? Don't remember. I think I'm just going to put those on as is because I am going to be painting over this anyways. So I'm not too worried about if I can see stuff through. Oh. Do you want? No. Thank you. Nearly updated on me. So, oh, okay. I was just going to say, what? Someone's got cancer? Oh, God, then nearly had me worried there. It's not good to say that when I've got a leg. So I'm going to put this one down on the edge. And I like, ooh, well, keep it there. I'll send you some, do you want some napkins, Zandra? I have a bunch of these if you want some of these. There we go. Okay. Never know. Some people have more than they need. So best make sure before I do anything. And I'm just gonna put it over the edge here as well. A bit more matte medium. There. This one up here. So like this maybe. Not like that, I guess. I just brush from the inside of the napkin outwards, and that way you get most of your wrinkles out. Don't rip it. These are easy enough to rip, so you just have to have a fairly soft brush when you're doing this. Okay, so now you can't see it a whole lot, but here. But I can see the lines, so now I can paint on this the way I want. So I'm gonna just do a very impressionistic painting of poppies. I could make them any color actually, maybe a nice pink would be pretty. I have pink daisies. or not daisies. Did I say daisies? Pink poppies. I'll show you on my phone. They were kind of a coral pink. They're really pretty. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see them there. Try and get it as dry as possible before you start putting more paint on. And then we'll put a little bit of stenciling in here. And I took out some dried flowers that I dried last year. Maybe we'll put some of those on. Okay. All right. Now, pink. I'll show you the pink ones I had here. Here somewhere. Maybe I didn't take a picture of them. Thought I did. Oh, there they are. Let's see. We'll do the pink. They're vibrant, vibrant pink. Very pretty. So we could do those. So I'm going to want some bright pink, so magenta almost, maybe a coral. Let's see what I got here. I'm going to use craft paint. So, what's this one? I might put a little orange, bright orange. I have a cadmium. Let's see what this is. Cadmium red. Or the fluorescence would work too. If you have fluorescent paints. Let's see. So I have this is rose fluorescent and this is orange fluorescent. And just simple craft paint, nothing special. Just let me shake these. Right, and let's do, they're fairly big, so we'll use a flat. And let's see what color we can make when we mix the two. Oh yeah, that's beautiful color. That's more of the color it was. All right. So start off with, we can just fall. Now they'll be see-through, so you could actually just leave them like this so you can see through them if you want. I might just do that. Maybe just add a little bit of shadow or highlight here and there. But That's kind of cool. Let's see that one. You can still see the background, but I think that kind of works in this case. And we could just put a little bit of shadow in. We'll see. A little more, mix the colors, a little more orange in here. I'm guessing in the petal it's kind of, I missed a spot. So we'll just make it up. Why not? It's fun. Just play. See what happens when you play. Maybe a little more orange or pinky color in there. It's bright. You won't miss this book. You'll never lose it. I like it. I like bright stuff when you're doing this type of thing. I like the was it Art by Marlene? She has really bright colors too in her stuff. I think it looks so cool. Then we could take a paint marker and do the lines in it again. Do you want me to bring you guys in? How is the garden of flowers? Oh, fantastic, Dar. We've been getting a lot of rain here, and perennial gardens love that. Perennial gardens love rain and cool temperatures, and that's what we had all up to last week for the spring. We never really got above 21 Celsius here. Just last week we started getting some hot temperatures, but now they don't like that because they wilt because they're not used to it. But we're supposed to get a little bit of hot weather tomorrow and the next day, but then it's right back down to 20 again after that. So it's kind of strange weather, really, for around here. We're not used to cool weather for such a long period of time. Like, I know the farmers are probably itching to get the heat in, but won't be a good year for growing vegetables, that's for sure. But everything's growing really well. Now, last winter, though, we had a really cold winter with a lot of wind. And that did a real number on my climbing roses. It killed them right down to the ground. So they all have to grow again. Didn't kill them completely, but now they have to grow back again, which is a bummer because you don't get any blooms when they do that. This first year is when they make the canes. And the second year is when they produce the flower stalks where they bloom from. But Them's are the breaks. You just never know what type of winter you're going to get, or summer, and whatever you get, you have to go with. I try and get fairly hardy for my zone. Like, I like to get at least 1 or 2 zones lower as far as roses and different, more tender things, because then they're less likely to die. But yeah, last winter was pretty brutal. Okay, let's dry that. The place you lived before was fabulous. Oh, if you look on YouTube, Gardening Artfully, that's my other YouTube. It's all about gardening, and I have some walkthroughs of this garden in there. Hey, Janet, some bright pink poppies. This is kind of the pink my poppies were, though. They were almost glowing in the dark. They were so bright. They were neon. So that's what we're doing. Doesn't take long to dry. All right, so now I could either, I think I might. I'm just gonna try it. See, gotta try things, right? Find out if they work. I'm gonna get a little bit of titanium white. And like, there are areas in here. I'm just gonna see what happens. I'm gonna mix some white with that. Now, it's not the best paint, but it's gonna be lighter. Well, let's see. So in here would be a little bit lighter. Anyways, so we could always go back and put some more paint on top, full strength. So let's try this. I don't mind some of it being see-through, but I think over this green area, I don't care for that. This could be actually lighter. Little area there. And right in here. Oh, actually, I missed an area. Oh, just leave it. Like that. And this here. And then we'll just go back. With the bright colors once this dries, and then it'll go on bright again, but you're not going to see the background through it. I don't mind some of it being dark. some more of that paint. Hi, Ray. Janet, I rearranged my desk and always have your mom's fairy. Oh, that's cute. Okay, I'm going to take a smaller round brush, if I have one out here, or maybe a smaller flat will do. Let's see. Just want to get some of these areas in here. Alongside, had some. And then do the same with the pink. Let's see what we get when we add the pink. Just a bit of pink. Just a bit. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind that. Like that could be pink in there. And right there. Just playing. See what this paint will do. I'm not worried about how it looks because I know I'm going to be putting more colors on, or more layers, I should say. Just looking at the viscosity of this paint, it's very thin. This is going to be a lot more impressionistic than anything else. Which I don't mind. I like that. On the edge, a little bit lighter. Have some fold overs here. Put those in a different color. And Just adding, kind of mixing it up actually. Just a little pink and a little of the other color until I get a color I like. It's got a little bit of white in it. And some orange. Mix it together. Just brightens it up. They're more of a, they look a lot more like glaze than anything else. They're so thin. But you can do lots of stuff with glazes too. Just have to play and experiment. And I love doing that. The more you put on, the brighter it looks. Because they're see-through, you're getting all kinds of different tones of the two mixes, which is cool. I like that. Brightens it up. This, a little that. I'll do the side more once I've done this. Just play. Do a little bit of pink in here. It by the time it's done, Xander, to tell you the truth, to be honest with you, it's probably going to have so much matte medium. You probably won't need to seal it, but you could if you wanted to, just to make sure. Make sure if it's not going to, but I doubt very much that this would come off. Okay, let's dry it. But if you wanted it all to be one consistent texture, like glossy or matte, then yeah, I would put a coat of whatever finish you want on it. Hi, Susan. Doesn't take long to dry though. That's good. All right, now I'm going to take probably a magenta, regular magenta, not a royal fuchsia, and I'm going to use that for my shadowed areas. It's just Americana. This is called royal fuchsia. Put it over here. And my big brush, my big flat brush. And I'm gonna just dip the end in the matte medium. And then I'm gonna just dip one edge in that. And then take another palette to use to go back and forth. Just keep dipping it and loading it, but on the same side. Okay, and then you can decide where you want your shadows. Here, I'll bring you guys in a little bit. Let's see what I'm doing. So I can still see a bit of the lines in here, and if you can't, just wing it. So right in here, I see a line. So this petal is overlapping this petal. So the petal would have a shadow on the edge. I need a little bit more matte medium just to make it so that it doesn't skip. So like that. You see? Right here is another one. Just follow the line that you see. I think I'm going to put a little bit down in here. I need a little more matte medium. A little bit in here. That, maybe in here. Okay. Now I can go back before it dries and okay. Go with the matte medium and paint. Just back and forth. And we'll put a little bit here. And a little bit here. And I think here. Like that. And it just gives a little bit of depth to your painting. So back and forth. With this one, we have, let's see. I think there's one there. Just follow the edge. And here, I think this is also very just want to clean that up a little bit. Right here. And here, along here, there'd be a little bit of a shadow. And right in here, because it's kind of curled up. Here. Oh, a little bit more. my brush. It's always the same side you have your color of paint. Now you can use a smaller brush if you find it's too heavy, too thick. I don't mind this. You can always go back in and change things up if you want. Maybe right here. And a little bit there. It's kind of sitting in the background there. A little bit of shadowed in there. That whole petal. Right in here too. Okay. And then the last one. Right in here. Right here. This one here. That. This here. Here and there. There. All right. I think I'm gonna. The matte medium will stay wet too, so you can go back in and fix things too if you want. I don't want that too thick there, so just add a little bit more of that orange over top. Okay. Just a little bit more orange in there. It still leaves that purple, but not as dark. Yeah. Okay. Now we need some black or dark purple. Let's see. Black plum. Let's see. Purple. I have to see purple and black. So we'll put it on here, I guess. Some purple. And a little bit of black. And I'm going to get a little bit of a smaller flap around. And I'm going to put a little bit of purple with the black. So I don't want purple, but. And then the from the center, kind of swipe it up. Every different poppy has a different mark on the inside. Some are really wide and go up the petal quite a bit. And some are very small, so there's no wrong way of doing it. Just have fun. That. You can dry those. All right, now I'm going to take just the black. And just right in the inside here, I'm just going to do more black. Brush it up a little bit. So you want your centers fairly dark, and then we'll paint the center of the where the seed pod is, because they're usually green in the center. I'll show you one so you can see what the shape is. Let's see. No, this one's purple. See how they, I don't know if you can see the inside there where the black marks are. Let's see if I have another one here. One of the pink ones. I don't know if it shows it. No, they're not showing. Well, they can be green. Some of them are purple. I'm going to do mine green. So let's try this again. And we'll do them green. All right, so let's get a nice bright green, or not too dark, kind of okay, kind of a olive green. I'm going to mix a little bit of a bright green with it. This one's timberline green, and this is lime green. We'll just mix the two. I think I'm going to get a round brush for this. And we'll just take a little bit of this and a little of this. Mix a color that's not quite as lime or the other. Kind of an in-between. Okay, and they kind of have ribs. So let's see. On a little bit smaller brush than that. Or I guess I could use my small. I'm going to use the chisel end and figure out where you want the center. So I think I'm going to go there, and then you just kind of go around from the center. Depending on like that. Okay. And we'll dry that. Thanks, Zandra. And then I think, oh, actually I could use my marker. Black Posca marker. This one's kind of on an angle, so you might have you'll see the little cup kind of shape that's underneath. I don't know if you can see that. There. You can't see it. I'll show you in a minute. It's not as noticeable, but there is a cup shape. show you in a minute when I get this. Kind of stands out, I guess you could say. I'm just going to color in, make sure it's, this one has dark sections. Some of these areas are more purpley looking. I want it more of a dark ring. Around it. And a little bit of a lighter color green. I guess I could use the lime green and a very small brush. Let's see what we got here. And I'm just going to use that lime green color. Let's see if that's going to be just in the edges or in the center. I'm just putting a line. If you have a Posca with this color, you could use that. Because it's ridged. So that'll just give it a little more of a dimensional look to it. Depends how much detail you want to go into. I like detail, so I like doing stuff like this. But you don't have to. Just make it the way you want. There's no wrong way of doing this. It's your book. You can do it however you want. There's no wrong way. If you like it, that's all that counts. Yeah, there. See? Then it does have a lot of fuzzies, so if you want to, you could just put a lot of squiggles, little lines all around it, going all kinds of directions. It's usually fairly thick. It's up to you how much you want to put in. So there. So just do that to those. Now, you, depending on how much purple and black you put down in the beginning, will depend whether you can see it that much. Mine, you can't see it a whole lot, but you can see it. That's all that counts. And then I'm going to put a little bit of highlight on with probably a little bit of blue, gray blue. So I've kind of putting them all over the place. Like they're not all in a certain, they're not straight parallel with each other. They're crossing each other. Some are shorter, some are longer, but they go around. Okay. like that. Let those dry. I think I'm going to put little dots down. You will see that they're kind of ribbed. I guess I should have brought a poppy in for you to see. Didn't think of it because I wasn't sure what I was going to do today as far as flour. Until I looked at my napkins. That's usually the way I roll in mixed media. Is I kind of have a bit of an idea what I want, but not specifically material-wise. There. Okay, and then we take a nice gray color, if you've got one. I don't know if I have a gray Posca or not. Let's see. Oh, I do. I have a silver. That'll do. See if it's very sparkly or not. Just going to put a few dabs. Going around just because they would be kind of highlighted by they're kind of shiny. You don't have to use silver. You can use whatever you want. I would use a lighter color, but not white. Blue's a good one, light blue. Or gray of some sort. Here. Okay. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Posca and I'm kind of loosely go around some of these. So kind of scribbly. Because I still have some of these lines here. So I can still see them. So I like that look of kind of a sketchy, but not right on the line type of thing. Kind of loose, watercolory, outside the line. You can add a few extras here. This one. You can even hold your pen or marker further away, and that way you get a little bit of a wigglier or skipped line. If you like this look, you don't have to do it, but I like this look. Add some extras. So here's some, just go over some of these that were from the napkin, just to make them a little more stand out. Let's see. Okay, there's that. What else? Stencils, we have some different ones here. I like the bird one. I don't know if that will go. I think I just want a little bit of background. Now, when I'm choosing a stencil, I look at what's here. I have large shapes, and then I have a fairly small pattern. So I could use a medium size. So I like to go small, medium, and large. I don't like to have everything large pattern or a whole bunch of small pattern. I like to vary the pattern shapes. So we have this here, and it's more geometric. That could work. I got 4 or 5 different sizes there. This one I think would be too, it would be lost. Same with this one. It's too similar to the background. This I don't think would work. It's too, this one might, because it's a medium. So either this one or this one. This one has a feel of Edwardian, Old English style. This one has more, to me, a garden vibe to it, like a trellis. For me, you may think differently. So if I use this one, I don't want to put too much of it on, and I could use it to hide some of this too. Now, there's different ways of using your stencil also. I could paint an area and then remove the paint from those areas with the stencil, or I could use a stencil to paint those areas on first. It gives it both different effect. So let me think. So So you get the reverse or the positive, depending on which way you go. I got to think of the color I want too. Because we have a lot of green in here, but we also have that creamy beige, almost a taupey color. We could go with that or the green, I think. We have that green that I took out, which is, that's not bad. Kind of leaning to this taupe though, for some reason. Let me see. That is wild rice, maybe? That might work. And then some green, maybe. So, just going to put some on here. Sometimes I like painting it on. Sometimes I like to sponge it on. What to do? I got a paper or baby wipe ready. Where did I put it? Baby wipe. How could I lose baby wipes? Paper towel, I guess. Paper towel just in case. I do have these sponges that, from the dollar store. I like using these. They work great. Maybe I'll use that. So, okay, I think I'm gonna put it on here. And I'm going to put this over. My wipe is a little bit. And then I'm just going to go along the edge. And take that paint off. Because I have matte medium on this, I can take it off. Okay. And then just lift it. And no, I don't think that's going to be enough. Let's see. It doesn't show. I want that pattern to show. But not a lot. Let's see if that works. And a little bit. Not bad. So I'll take my sponge now. Let's see. Okay, I have Now I can take this. I can see where my lines are. Now I can go over stuff. Nope, I don't like it. Okay, so because it's new, it hasn't dried completely, I can take that off. Kind of like I think I'm going to leave it so that it's not completely off. I kind of like that. Look. Messy. Yeah, I need something really, that wasn't, or maybe I need to make it the green instead. Let's try the green. It just wasn't doing it for me. I don't know why. So, try the green. You guys are probably wondering, what the heck is she doing? Yeah, that's better. Even go over the poppy a little bit. If I decide I don't care for it, I can take it up. And maybe a smidgen over here. All right, like that. Actually, I'm gonna make this a bit longer. There. All right. Now we'll dry that. Now I could take another stencil, smaller, and go over parts of this too. Or I could enhance the stencil by highlighting one side of it. And doing that, you would bring the stencil forward. So it depends with how you want the stencil to look, basically. By doing that, you have to use a color similar to this, either darker or lighter. So what do I want to do? Let's see, what do I have here? I do have some greens, Posca greens. Darker. I don't know if I want to go darker though. What's this one? There's an orange. I don't have many Poscas. I think that's too bright. I want it more or less. I don't think I have a Posca that would do it. I could use colored pencil. And a green. Do I want to highlight or low light? Just looking at my colored pencils here to see what colors I have. That's almost the same color. Let's use that. Okay, this one is pale sage. So what you could do is just put your stencil back on. And if you're highlighting, then just do the top edge. So I would say that would be my light source. Just go halfway down like that. I guess I shouldn't have done the sides like that. Oops. Let's see. No, I think I need it a little bit lighter. Let's see if this works. That's true, Dar. We'll use this yellow. Let's see. So wherever the light would be shining down. Oop. Just play. Have some fun with it. There's a little thing sticking out there. So wherever I put the green is where I'm putting my highlights. And down here. There. See, you'll see the you do that the same way but for shadows too if you want. Just you have to remember where the shadows would be. So it would be on the underside of everything. That. I think. Let's see. This one. I think that's all of them. Like that. So just highlighted. Should we do the low lights too? The shadow? Now you have my attention, as always, Kat. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Dar. Okay, so real dark green. I don't think I have a dark enough green here. Let's see. No, way off color. I need almost a black green. Dark green. Like this. So let's try it in pencil. So the same thing. So wherever, is that going to be dark enough? I don't know. Yeah. Wherever the underside of things. I think that will go there. time is it? No, it's not that time yet. Don't know why they're chirping up there. They're getting restless. Very needy puppies. They have to have me on the couch. I'm not happy unless I'm on the couch. For some reason, they don't like to be down here. I don't know why, but they don't like. So it's not a lot, but it does add to your stencils. I like doing this quite a bit. I think I have all my books upstairs at the moment, or I'd show you. Now, the reason why I can use colored pencil too is because this is craft paint. And craft paint has a tooth, meaning it's not slick. It's like matte medium. It's got tooth to it. And it grabs the pencil. That's why I'm able to do this. Okay, so just a little bit of extras. Now, I could go on top of that with other stuff. Like I could even bring this in now if I wanted to. I don't think so. Not feeling that. Or just a bit of smaller stuff. Like, let's see. Like orange. I could come in with some orange polka dots, foiled. I'm thinking, let's see if I can grab it. I have these stamps too. I could actually bring some leaves, or no, it's textured. It's not going to stamp. So that's out of the question. Oh, I know. Here's my book. Color book. Where did I put my small? Just a minute. Gotta find my other stencils. I know I have them here somewhere in the book. Hidden? Oh, there it is. All right. Let's find. This is always nice. something small that lettering is always nice too. Possible. Or polka dots. I like polka dots. That's similar to that pattern. Let's see what we got here. Could go. Ooh, that's nice too. That's the one you gave me, Xandra. That might be it. Let's see. I want something different, but not the same as what I've already got. Swirls are always nice too. So I like these flourishes too. Sorry, guys. This is how I roll when I'm doing this type of thing. I never really know everything I'm going to use. What's that? There's that one. That might be not too bad too. Small. That's too big. You gotta think of the size too, or just letters. Here's some. Maybe. Okay. Got enough out. Let's pick from that. Smaller is what I'm looking at. Or a totally different shape, which kind of, you could do these, but I think those wouldn't work because there's too much. I want something very, not that's going to bring your eye totally to it, but I think that's too similar. I think I'm gonna stick to the words. Now, do I want to be able to read it or not? I think I'm going to use this one. I really like this one. And I'm going to use some textured paste. I want it raised. So I have some modeling paste here. Now, what do I want it color-wise? Do I want it to stick out? Possibly. I could take a color from in here. I think I want it just a cream color, not white, but more of this color actually. So I'm going to take some modeling paste. You don't need a whole lot, but and this paint here, I'm going to just mix it. I know you can get all kinds of different pastes with color in it, but you can do your own. Just get your plain modeling paste. Use that. I'm going to put a little bit of white just to lighten it a little bit, because it's a whole lot cheaper than buying a whole bunch of colors. I'm very frugal that way. I don't like having a bunch of frugal in certain things, I guess. Although I have a ton of craft paint, but that was when I had the store. Now, where do I want to put this? I think I want a little bit here. And a bit more there. There. All right. And I gotta throw that into laundry tub. A minute. Sorry, I have to do that or I'll forget and then I wrap to my stencil. Don't leave molding paste on your stencil. Ask me why. All right. There we go. So I'll bring you back out a little bit. so you can see the whole thing. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna dry it. I like the lettering, but sometimes I don't want to read it. You know, when it's more like this, if your eye isn't distracted in trying to figure out what it says. Bye, Z. Have a fantastic day. Oh, Zandra, before you go, your address. Could you message me on Twitter? I'm not sure if I have the right one or not. I don't know if you had a separate one for your business or not. Thanks. Have a great day. So this shouldn't take, because it's fairly thin, so it's not going to take a whole lot of time to dry. Now, what I could do too is put right here, here, or here, a piece of chipboard and put it into the, either glue it on or use a grommet or something to tack it down. And you could write the year on it, or the month, or whatever you want. Or say it's a nature journal, you could state that on there too if you want. So just another dimensional piece. Doesn't have to be real thick, but sometimes that looks cool. Bye, Joan. Thanks for coming. Or are you leaving? Or are you just saying bye to Xandra? It takes a little while to dry, but I like it. Another thing you could add to this would be, before you put it down, if you have something, like I used an old sheet, you could actually do some stitching on it before you glued it down. Thanks, Devin. It's pretty bright, but it'll be all right. Now I did have, I don't think I'll put it on, but you can also do this. You can, these are flowers from my garden from last year. So you could actually glue these on too, if you wanted to. Or what you can do is take some tissue paper. First you put a whole lot of glue matte medium on it. Then you take some tissue paper and you cover the whole area with tissue paper. and just press it down into the flour with the matte medium, and it'll stay in place. So you could do that too. There's so many, like, depends how much, like that kind of looks cool with that. You could actually put that on too. Just this was this is hard to see, but it's actually a poppy, or not a poppy, a petunia from last year. And I just pressed it. Where's a piece of paper? And you can actually see how it folded. So that's the front side. There's the opening of the petunia. They're like super, that's the back of it. Super, super thin. It's like skin film thin. So you just press it in between parchment paper. That's all I did, and stuck it in a book. These here, these are clematis. Now they're kind of went dark, but I think they're cool looking. Here's a rose, a little rose with buds squished. Thanks, Devin. So you can, on my other books upstairs, but I put a bunch of these on last year, I think it was. So what do you think? Should I put this one on too or not? What do you think? Yes, I think it gives it awesome interest and dimension. Yeah, okay. I'll show you how I did it then. So this, you want to use gel matte medium. Because it's thicker and it's easier to load on. Now, it will take a long time to dry. So this should be your last thing you do. Or if you're doing it in stages, let it sit overnight before you go ahead and do anything else. So let's cut the stem off here. Let's see. I like it about there, I think. So I'm going to cut this off here. And then you want a fairly soft brush to do this. And you want a tissue paper. Get my tissue paper out. And let's see. Paper. Okay, now I have tissue paper. It's called Wet Strength tissue paper. You can get it in the UK. It's very, very fine, but when it's wet, it's strong. I think that one is plain tissue. I think this is the white. That would work. Let's see. I have to do two. All right. Now you don't want to overlap too much, but what you want to do, you could do this with regular tissue too, but you have to be super, super gentle because tissue, once it's wet, and you pile it on. Then you put this down the way you want. See how it fits? I need it more up there, obviously. And you put it down. I think I'll leave that out. This one can go over there. Okay. And this one's overlapped. I'm going to put some more in there. Where it's raised, you want quite a bit of this so that it sticks down. So you do use quite a bit of matte medium. And you kind of push it down with your brush. And you're going to probably think, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to see the flower at all. You do. It's once the matte medium is dry, you'll see it. It's really cool, actually. I shouldn't say matte medium. This is gel medium. So it's probably the gloss, I think. So you want as much of this covered and stuck down as you can. Oh my God, what are they doing up there? Can you hear them? I think Fable's tormenting the Dachshund. She's not having it. She's a little... Chloe doesn't like it either. Okay, like that. Then you take your and you press it down into the and it'll look kind of weird, but it will. Let's see. I'm going to cut some of this away. You have to cut it because it won't rip. Stuff is really strong. But it will disappear once it's dry. I don't want straight edges, even though this does dry pretty clear. Sometimes you might notice it. See how strong it is? I can reposition it. I can lift it and reposition it. And it won't break or tear. It is expensive to get. I know in the UK you can get it a lot easier than we can. And then I'm going to just go over the whole front because it's going to have a different finish with this stuff. So you don't want to see the finished areas stopping and going. So just cover the whole front of the book with this and let it dry. Try and get it down and the air bubbles out as much as possible. I know if you're using your what do you call it? Regular tissue paper, you probably can't do this too much because it will rip. It's called wet strength. Let's see. Yeah, wet strength tissue. You can print on it. It just doesn't rip when it's wet. It's great. I'm not sure what they originally used it for or what it's meant to be used for, whether it's supposed to be for the food industry or the craft industry. I don't know. But yeah, it's great stuff. So I'm just smoothing, trying to get all those air bubbles as much as I can out. This will all dry clear. May not look like it will, but it will. It's kind of a messy thing to do, but it looks really cool once it's done. Just make sure you have everything. This will be a probably a gloss finish when it's done. There. So see, this is, I can't tear it unless I really, really pull. But yeah, I can't tear it. It's great stuff. So I use it for stuff like this, or if I want printing, because it will be absolutely invisible once dry. It's great. It's the only one that I have found that actually is very transparent once dry. So if you're really into that type of thing, I actually saw, I can't remember who it was that I saw use it, and that's why I bought it. Can't remember who it was now. So now you just have to let this sit. And it'll take probably a day, if not a little longer, depending on how much you have on there. And then it'll be completely transparent, and you'll see the thing once it's dry. So that's pretty well all I can do right now. And I will probably Tuesday I'll show you this, how it looks. So if you want to see what it turns out like, come Tuesday on my stream and I'll show you. If not, I will show it next Thursday. But if you want to see it on Tuesday. This has been an amazing stream, Kathy. I can't wait to see the end result. Oh, thanks, Susan. Yeah, they turn out really cool. I have one upstairs that I put a bunch of stuff on, and it turned out really cool. That's why I like doing it. It just gives it more. You could even use it to do, if you wanted to put yarn on it or really anything. So I'll let you guys go and have a fantastic weekend. Here in Ontario, we're going to have a hot one. But I know we're never happy, are we? It's always too cold or too hot. But if you're in the membership, I will be doing a stream on Saturday for the blooming artists, and I'll put a link in the memberships community page and on Patreon. And then I will have a video going up for blooming or budding artists on Monday. So keep an eye out for that too. It'll also be posted on the membership community page or the Patreon. So until then, we'll see you guys next week. Have a fantastic day.